Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be going over installation of new fog lamps I just purchased. Currently, my driver's side fog lamp isn't working. With all the troubleshooting I did, I am getting voltage on the harness side, so it leaves me to suspect that the fog lamps itself is not working. So unfortunately, I couldn't get a replacement on the exact same one since warranty was out. But I went ahead and purchased something better. With better warranty. But yeah, once again, or if I haven't said it, I am getting the Diode Dynamics SS3 LEDs fog lamp installed, and also I'll show you the harness along with that, since I'll be running a switch now, because the current setup, it is only it'll turn on when the headlights are on. So with the switch, it'll give me more flexibility whenever I want them on or off, whenever I have the headlights on. So let's go ahead and unbox the headlights. All right, if you can see it right here, there it is, SS3 fog light kit by Diode Dynamics. So let's go ahead and open up the box. Comes with a couple of things here. We'll just tuck that to the side. Pull out this box here. So this, what's in here, seems to be all the connectors. Looks like a bezel, some screws, hardware. So that's nice. They supply all that for you. And then the second box, assuming it's the lights itself, go ahead and open that up. And there you have it. You guys can see that. And in the back there, the connectors that'll connect to the wiring harness later on. So it looks like pretty legit and a nice piece there. The second one is in the box itself. So let me just set these to the side for now. Show you guys the harness I'll be running. Alright, so first off, you got the harness here. It's a pretty universal harness, purchased through Amazon. It's got the connectors, the blue side for the fog lamps itself. Then you got your power and ground cables. Then it does have the relay itself. One more wire here way in the back. This will be for your switch that you will eventually run through the inside of the car. And the switch we have that came with it is here. Now unfortunately, I will probably have to show you guys that switch later, but the switch will work, of course, but the size of this one will not fit inside the STI. And I'll show you later in the video what I mean for that, since the spot or the slot for it isn't going to work. So I went ahead and purchased a different one that should fit inside and will also connect to the green plug here. So we're on the wait for that. The next little harness here, what I got is a turn signal one. The reason why I got this is because I currently have the fog light bezel with the turn signals, and this is basically a plug and play setup where it would plug into your fog light harness that's already in the car. Not already on the car, but what I have right now, and that'll usually come with the fog light bezel kit there. But yeah, simply put, it's got the side for the turn signal, bulb to go in here, and then yeah, all that. And this will plug into the other harness side. Comes with some two plugs that you'll eventually have to cap off in the harness, so that's nice of that. Other than that, I'll go into further depth with all this stuff for those that are pretty new to electrical stuff. And not only that, but also more of what I got going on right now on the wiring harness and how I'm running it and all that. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we will have to take off the bumper to run those harnesses and replace the fog lamps itself. The car is a little dirty, I know, if you can see it, but other than that, we'll go ahead and remove the bumper. I'm not going to really show you how to all do that, but just kind of walk through a little bit. Just got some push tabs and some bolts on top, and then underneath you got some tabs that are holding the fender liner and whatnot under, and then it should just come all off. Oh, and also I'll probably have to remove the license plate since that's in the way. But yeah, let's go ahead and remove that and I'll show you the next step. All right, now that we got the bumper off, bumper is here. I'll show you guys the back. There's the fog lamp wiring, the turn signals there, both sides. And if we go to the car, on the passenger side, once again, this is the fog lamp, there's a turn signal, and then same with this side. This side we have a little more wires that I had bunched up together to kind of clean it up, but I'll show you what's going on here and we'll start working with the harness. So currently what I have set up, or currently what we're going to be doing, is a turn signal plug and play system here, so that way we can get rid of what I got going on, and I'll show you what's going on. Alright, so currently what I got going on, in order for me to do the turn signals to flash, I ended up kind of tapping into the turn signal wires there. You can kind of see it in the two blue connectors there that routes down and goes into the harness itself. Oh, and look at that, looks like it just ripped right off, so looks like some corrosion, so maybe it's a good thing I'm doing that. But anyways, that's where it was connecting to for the turn signals there to flash, and I ended up doing that for the other side too. Once again, that's somewhere in there, and then that's that for the turn signals somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. So what we're going to be doing is using the harness that I purchased to get rid of all that wiring and just have a plug and play harness there. Alright, so what we'll be doing is that harness, like I stated, we're gonna go ahead and cut some of this some of these zip ties off, just so that way, you know, I'm basically just redoing all this. If we go to the turn signal here, if you can kind of see it, I'm probably just going to unplug it somehow. We'll just pull it off the connectors for now, and then run that down there. And if somehow I could twist off the bulb, if I can, there you go. We're gonna pull it out, so kind of see what I got going on here. And then I'll get you that harness to kind of show you how that works. All right, so I went ahead and grabbed the harness that I have here, showing you guys what I did. So I removed those two blue connectors and I put electrical tape. Since we spliced into them, we don't want any wires showing, but we'll simply remove the bulb off that socket there. We'll plug in this black side into that socket, and then with the new socket on this side, got the bulb, we'll plug that in. Now simply go back into that hole in the headlight. The other side we're going to run down and then plug that into the fog light harness. Alright, I'm going to show you this whole mess I had going on here. So all this was basically plugged into here and all that, but looks like we won't be needing this harness no more. This is pretty much the similar OEM harness from turn signal to fog light, but since we have, well, we'll be running a new fog light harness for everything. But anyways, the wire that was from that turn signal harness that we just ran to plug into this 2-pin here on the male pin here, they'll simply go together. And then on this side we have the plug that came with the kit, so that way it just caps it off, so that way we aren't getting any you know, moisture and all that in there. Got that kind of poking out, I'll have to fix that. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that for both sides. I'll show you the other side here in a minute. Alright, so I'm showing you guys what's happening on the passenger side. We're cutting off all this zip ties for the harness. So this is my current setup, what I was using the OEM harness. It looks like a mess right now. Alright, so we won't be needing that harness no more, which is from this side. So everything gets eliminated from this fog light. That's all here. Now this is the one that's from the harness itself, the turn signal. So we'll remove this tape there. That's what's going to plug in here for that 2-pin once again. Once it clicks, there you go. And then we'll get that plug here in a minute. I'll show you that. The plug that comes with that kit just plugs in there, so protects that. So other than that, that's pretty much it. Simple as that. So with this old harness that I have running, I'll show you what's going on there. We'll pretty much have to just move all that out and then run in the new fog light harness. So with that harness, if you're curious, which is what I'm using for my fog lights, or was, it goes into the fuse box. That's around here. It's this wire that's here. It's basically just a power wire, and I got that running across here for the passenger side, and then that's what's down here for the driver's side. Now if you open up the fuse box, if I can do it with one hand, I have it disconnected, but it's basically what's running right here. I basically had that plugged into the headlights there and the high beams, so you would just add that fuse into there and plug that in. So that's what will cause it to turn on automatically when I have my headlights on. But anyways, we're going to be doing that differently. Now, if you're curious what this one is, for the turn signal and LED bezel there, so that's its own wiring, so that's going to stay. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and remove this, get it out of the way, and we'll run in the new harness with the switch. I'm going to show you guys how I did this. Like I said, I'm running through this tube here. I ran it across, kind of drop it down behind that bar there, and this is the light. It seems short, but the one off the fog light itself will be another extra harness, so it should be long enough there. And then with the driver's side, same way. It seems a little short. I can still snug on it a little bit. And then we ran up the additional wiring. That will be the power and ground. We'll connect those, and eventually we're gonna have to run that switch wire inside the car. So this will take some time. You're gonna have to remove your front wheel here and fender liner and run that all, and I'll show you guys all that. But we'll go ahead and clean up some of the wiring, connect the power and grounds, and yeah, and show you the switch here shortly. All right, well, it did start raining a little bit, but not too crazy. We did get the wheel removed and the fender liner. Kind of showing you what I did here. So this is the switch wire, and then there's that grommet is where you would run it through. Made a little slit there. I'm definitely just gonna tie this up against that main harness there with some zip ties to kind of clear it there. And then if you go to the inside here, I know it looks like it's crazy, but it's really not. You would basically pop off this panel right here. I used a little panel remover tool, and then there was a little Phillips screw that was holding the little fuse box here, right there, and they would just pop off this panel. And then that wire that I was running through, I was able to kind of reach around back up under there and grab it. So since this switch is going to go right here, so it'd be perfect spot for that. So we'll go ahead and tie up the wire in the fender and put everything back together and show you the bumper install with the fog lights. All right guys, so now we're going to work on getting off the old fog lamps. Simply on this setup here, there's really only 2 screws on the outside of the lamps, and we'll go ahead and remove them. on both sides here. So it'll simply just pop off. There you go. So it doesn't really matter left or right side when it comes to these fog lamps. Well, at least for this one, it seems like, because it's got the 4 sides there, and then they're held up by the speed nuts. So we'll go ahead and do the other side. Alright, now that we are ready to install the new fog lights, we'll open up this packaging that comes with the mounts and the harnesses. Let's grab one light, check it out. So there you have the back side there. It's got that 4-prong. You see the inside there. There's 4 prongs on that one. So we'll open up the bag with the harnesses. So what I already see here, we have, hold on, let me just grab everything out. Got some mounting hardware. We'll set the mounting hardware to the side. Looks like you got some connectors to adapt to. And I have no idea what you would use that for, honestly. But we're simply going to be using just the one that's here. If we open this up, I will only be needing this one. Looks like the one that comes with it might be like a DRL style. I have no idea, to be honest, but maybe we should look into that. But anyways, it's simply just gonna plug into the side of the, sorry, that's the wrong light, the 4-pin that's on the new lamp. Got it upside down there, but plug into there, it'll click, and this other side will plug into your harness. On this side, I don't know what we're gonna do yet. We might just end up zip tying and putting it away. But so we'll go ahead and kind of assemble this together here. I'll unplug this out, and let's get out the mounting brackets and see what's going on there. So we open them up, like I said, shouldn't matter left or right side. So if I figure this out somehow, is that how it'll go? Actually, there you go. So the side with the stems there will be pointing out. I'm assuming that's the angle you can adjust your lamps to. Alright, so I'm kind of figuring this out. So once you get your hardware, you're going to put that nut, 2 nuts inside there in that recessed area. Then a washer and the screw going in that way, so that way you're able to tighten it. So I'm gonna kind of have mine angled down a little bit just to kind of envision the angle of that. So we'll go ahead and tighten both sides here, nice and snug. Doesn't have to be too crazy. All right, so kind of angling down a little bit as I'm kind of envisioning it from the bumper there. So now, simply put, we'll go ahead and install it back inside the bumper. Same way, using your screws and speed nuts, using your same hardware. So go ahead and install that. Just nice and snug, not crazy tight. I know I'm using an impact, but as long as it's nice and snug, it shouldn't go anywhere. So that's that for that side. Alright, so we simply went ahead and got the other side done. We'll go ahead and plug in the plug for the lamps here. Nice and snug until it clicks. Do the other side. Obviously, this one doesn't matter which one goes to what side. All the same connectors. Alright, now we're pretty much set there. Like I said, we are gonna somehow cap this up or zip tie it so that way it's out of the way. And yeah, so anyways, we'll go ahead and put this back on, or at least maybe test fit everything, the lights, to make sure they're all operating before we actually install the whole bumper. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, before I put it on, I'm gonna show you guys what I did with those wires. There was a hole right here, so I ended up just kind of wrapping it around and tying it up. And then with that one wire that was a connector, I simply just put electrical tape, wrapped it around. Same with here, same way through that hole, so it's nice and clean, I guess, in a way. I didn't really want the wires onto the actual car itself, so we found a spot on the bumper to kind of just hold it there, which is nice. So now we'll go ahead and connect everything to kind of show you the little demo. Alright, so somehow the mic was off in this clip. I'm going to show you the sequential part of the lights as I'm unlocking the car, so you see that there. And now I'll be going inside, turn on the car, or at least put it on accessory mode with the headlights on to show you the DRL working here. So once we get it on, it should be working. There you have it with the headlights on. The DRLs are working correctly as they should. So it's a pretty nice setup there. Also with this next clip, the audio is also out, but I got the switch plugged in temporarily since it doesn't fit inside the dash panel. So the new one is on the way, and I'm turning it on so that way we can see the fog lights on. So as you can see there, it is on, so everything is working correctly as it should, so that's amazing. Really nice to have that adjustability now with the switch whenever you want it on and off, instead of always having it on whenever you turn on the headlights. But I know the lights are flickering there, but in person they weren't, so that's just kind of how it is. But everything looks pretty good here, so yeah, I'm very happy with it. Alright, so that pretty much sums up the video. Just kind of a little walkthrough install there, but let's look at the lights one more time, left to right. Way better now, in my opinion. I know the other ones are a little bit similar, but this one is full on amber look to it. But yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead, comment below, subscribe, and thumbs up on this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.